Hi there. In this video, I'll quickly take a look at how we can create and modify accounts in the chart of accounts, as well as produce a report for the chart of accounts. So to get to the chart of accounts, I'm just going to go to my home screen. If you don't have your home screen present, you can click on the home button. That should bring it up. It's also under company home, if you don't have an icon bar. Company home page, that is. And I click on my chart of accounts. So here's the chart of accounts. To add a new account, my favorite method is to go edit, new account. Sorry, my favorite method while I'm demonstrating the software, that is. In real life, I usually use Control N. I'm going to create a bank account. And this is going to be called BMO checking. Bank of Montreal checking. And the description is Bank of Montreal checking. And since it's checking, I'll use the Canadian spelling because that's where I am, and the bank account number is 40987. And you can enter an opening balance if you have one. I'm just going to leave that for now, and I'll create one more, save a new, and I'm going to call this bank account cash and cash summary. And this account will act as a heading as well as a total account, cash summary. So there is no bank account number. So I choose Save and Close. Now I'm going to modify all of my, when I do this, it pops up a little notice that I can connect to that bank via QuickBooks. I would do this in real life. I'm just going to say no for now. Now the next thing I'm going to do is modify all of these accounts. I'm going to make them sub-accounts of cash. So I'm going to take that one, that one, that one, and that one, and make them all sub-accounts of cash. So this will basically work as a category heading. You can think of it as that. It also totals the accounts that are sub-accounts of it up. So presently we have a balance for CIBC as well as Royal Bank. It'll add those up and display the sum in the balance total of that account that they are sub-accounts of. So in order to modify these accounts, again, this chart of accounts is known as a list. Generally, when you want to modify a list item, you can simply double click on it, but the chart of accounts is unique in that if you double click on one of these, it'll show you all of the transactions that have hit that account, what's known as an account register. So in order to change this account, I have to go to edit, and I'm going to make it a sub-account of cash. Save and close, and I'll do the same thing here. You can use Control E if you like, sub-account of cash. Sub-account of cash. And sub-account of cash. So that is creating and modifying accounts. Now if you want to delete an account, we have an account that's an expense called uniforms, so we don't actually have uniforms at this music shop, so I'm going to delete that. So if I just scroll down, notice that we presently have these accounts sorted by type, and that's how you generally want your chart of accounts sorted. Basically it categorizes them. So down here in expenses, we should have uniforms. I'm going to choose that and go to edit, delete, or Control D also works. Delete on your keyboard does not work. So that is, again, creating, modifying, and deleting accounts. Now we have a report down here at the bottom of the screen. So if I choose account listing, I can get a report I can share with others that I can print off or create an Excel version or a PDF. One thing about reports in QuickBooks, they're easily customizable. If I have columns that I don't need. For example, a description, I don't want that. I'm just going to drag these 3 dots here. Notice I got a 2-headed arrow. Just drag it over to these other 3 dots and that column disappears. Same thing with that text line. I'll get rid of it. Now I have a nice customized small version of the report that I can print onto an 8.5 by 11 page. Another way to create a chart of accounts, a report for the chart of accounts, I'm just going to close this, is to go File and then Print List. If you have a list in front of you and choose Print List, it'll put that list in a nice printable format. So I'm just going to choose Preview. I'm not going to actually print the thing. I'm just going to close that without printing it. So again, that is looking at the chart of accounts. It can also be found under Company Chart of Accounts. Control A, notice the shortcut. So chart of accounts, again, we accessed it via this chart of accounts. It could also be found if I go Control A or Company, and then we looked at, why can't I see it? There it is. Adding, modifying, and deleting accounts. Thanks so much for watching.